going on, Jerome's? So I was told by a very wise man that you can never have enough cornerbacks. And that's exactly what the Vikings are thinking as they brought in former number 3 overall pick Jeff Okudah in for a visit. All right, so former number 3 overall pick by the Lions in 2020 hasn't worked out through various injuries, as well as, well, the Lions have Matt Patricia. That's really about it. But this is the perfect situation for Flores because he gets a former blue chip prospect, as well as Kwesi loves him, the high drafted guys, because those players have already filtered through a reduction process. Also, Kwesi loves the medical guys. Right? And also, Okudah should and could be cheap if he does indeed sign here. Remember, the line of demarcation is about $3.5 million per year in terms of affecting the comp picks, and the Vikings. It would make sense for multiple reasons. Also, Okudah, former Texan defensive player, so of course Kwesi just like all within, and you will remember the name. All right, so Jeff, it kind of sucks that his career got derailed by injuries because Okudah was going to be a dude. Okudah was going to be really fantastic, but yeah, it just didn't work out for the Lions. Just turned 26 in February, actually February 2nd, so he's birthday bros with Harrison Smith. Groundhog's Day. 6'1", 205, former 5-star recruit from Grand Prairie, Texas. Unanimous All-American at the Ohio State University. Number 3 overall pick by the Lions, and unfortunately popped his Achilles in the first game of year 2 after having some injury struggles in 2020. And of course, Matt Patricia's scheme was just doo-doo. Just, nah. Also, had a year with the Falcons and then bounced to the Texans in 2024. But just remembering what could have been. Draft profile, Lance Erlang, NFL.com. NFL comp, Patrick Peterson. Although he's been playing like Steelers Patrick Peterson as of late. Overview. Head coach and general manager's dream prospect with blue chip physical traits, mental makeup, and personal character. Has size, length, and foot quickness to roadblock press release and elite closing bursts to close catch windows or eliminate yards after the catch. He has room for improvement with his recognition and balance at the top of the route, but quarterbacks rarely target and beat him over the top. He has a rigid adherence to technique, but squeezing coverage even tighter and trusting his traits. Talent and recovery speed could make him one of the top shutdown corners in the game. And his RAS as well, check the boxes with explosiveness, 41-inch vert, 11-foot broad jump, 4.48 40, as well as, sort of slow splits, whatever, but certainly also been hampered by specifically the Achilles injury. But here's what Okudah could bring. Low risk, high reward situation. Injuries, so he played 44 games in 5 seasons, but also some of that is that the Falcons and the Texans just sort of had him on the bench. Former number 3 overall pick, alpha size, length, and physicality, adept in press coverage, as well as he's fantastic with technique. Everything is by the book, like Zerline said. Solid in tackling and run support. Last few seasons have been a little bit humming. Now, when he was coming out of Ohio State, I remember something specifically at the combine that sort of rubbed me the wrong way. Now, when you're a corner, you have to have confidence. That is the name of the game because you will get beat. You have to believe in yourself enough to get back up. Hey, you just gave up a touchdown. Don't let that be quicksand. Don't let that snowball and just continue to ruin your day. No, you're back. You're the best. Blah blah blah. But I forget, paraphrasing here, but he was asked a question about a weakness in his game, and the reporter specifically listed off something, I think it was about zone coverage, and he was like, oh, you think that's a weakness? Do you watch tape? That sort of irked me, but of course, as a corner, that's the attitude that you need. And overall, I think that with the high draft pedigree, with the injuries, and the last couple seasons, he rode the bench essentially with the Texans. Only 79 defensive snaps, played 90 special team snaps. So he was, the 4th, 5th cornerback with the Texans, and the humbling might be good. And also the talent is there. He's a couple years removed from the major injury now, and I think that is an absolute low risk, high reward spot. And the Vikings have hammered down at corner with Murph and as well as Rogers. Blackman coming back from that ACL, I think is going to be monstrous. Newby McLaughlin getting a chance in year 2 will be great. Tavier Thomas is more of a special teamer, but he's played a ton of slot cornerback as well. And if you add Okudah to that mix, in a spot where he's not going to cost you a lot, he's not going to impact the comp picks, and if it doesn't work out, it's going to be no muss, no fuss. I think it's a great spot because, again, you're betting on the pedigree. You're betting on this, or after the injury, he can reclaim 80 cents on the dollar of what he was supposed to be. That'd be a huge win for the Vikings. And I think it's a great spot for Kwesi. It's a great spot for Flores. It'd be a great spot for Jeff Okudah to catch his breath, resume his career. Like, he's only 26, all right, so he can certainly rise up from there. So hopefully the visits. So Rondale Moore visit was probably a lot more about medical checks. With Okudah, it's probably going to be a similar situation, but we'll see what happens today. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings have former number 3 overall pick, former Lions cornerback Jeff Okudah in the mix. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.